before we carry on anymore, a little food for thought. There's a very, very lowly little town that makes Royston Basic look like a major city. Very small little town. Very small place. If two people get the flu, it's a bloody epidemic. The local fire brigade is a bloke who's well endowed, shall we say. There's no cinema, no football stadium, nothing. The height of entertainment is watching the girl who operates the bacon slicer in the butcher's. Lovely girl. And this very unknown, obscure little village that makes the Isle of Man look very civil and welcoming indeed is basically a small, unknown little place that looks like the set of Emmerdale, only it's got actors on it. And they're looking for some sort of meaning, some sort of enlightenment or meaning of life. So one bloke gets elected to climb up the mountain, which takes 6 months to do so, and another 6 to get back, to go up and ask the wise man in his cave what the meaning of life is. So he starts his 6-month trek up the mountain, rock by rock, and gets in there and sees the wise man with a sly grin on his face and asks him, "Oh wise man, we need to know, please tell me, what is the meaning of life?" And the wise man says to him, "Well, my friend, life is like a box of matches." "Oh, right, so that's it." Without asking any more questions, the man scurries off, back down the mountain another 6 months, and all the villagers are eagerly awaiting, looking like an angry mob. And I ask him, what did he say? Well, he reckons that life is like a box of matches. So for years, decades, temples, congregations and methods and ways of life are built around this thing that life supposedly is like a box of matches. Churches are built, groups are formed, people go on chat shows and get into colour supplements, and everyone is living on the basis that life is like a box of matches. Everyone just accepts it, everyone believes it, everyone joins in because everyone else is doing it, so it makes them feel like they're part of something, it makes them feel like they're doing the right thing, even though they have to ask other people what they think. So for decades and decades, this village is wasting away, living on the basis that everyone's life is like a box of matches. Until one day, at the back of the this rather misunderstood, rather lonely, slightly troubled little chap, who no one wants to know because he's got jerky movements, and no one listens to because he's just a kid anyway, he says, "Why? Why is life like a box of matches?" Well, it's because it can be very rough on the edge sometimes, and it can rattle around a lot, and sort of, you can flow through life like a swan, Vesta, and sort of, and he has to admit that he doesn't know. No one knows. No one can explain why life is like a box of matches. No one can justify the statement, no one can explain it out. No one can understand it, but they accept it nonetheless. So this misunderstood, troubled little soul, who's ostracised by everyone and no one listens to him anyway, elects himself to take the journey back up the mountain, to go and ask the wise man why life is like a box of matches, because this village has been living their life on that basis for the past 40 to 60 years. And he gets up the mountain, which for him takes 4 months, and he gets in the cave and sees the wise man there, whose beard at this point is so thick and long he looks like a member of ZZ Top. And he says, "Oh wise man, everyone in my village because of you thinks that life is like a box of matches. Please tell me, why is life like a box of matches?" And the wise man looks at the young little guy and he says, "Oh, alright, it isn't really.